I know, chasing that dough, hitting that road, getting that money, man. All I know, loading that foe, kicking down doors, getting that money, man. We gon' make it money. We gon' take it grizzly. We gon' make it money. We gon' take it grizzly.
You are now tuned into the Boxing Bros. I'm Kaden and I'm here with my co-host.
What's going on, everybody? It's the Commissioner, Trill Dollar Bill.
And this is Conspiracy. We back.
And it's the TV, baby. What up, world?
My man, internet's mad slow.
All right, so as expected, we're jumping right in with our reaction to Canelo stopping Caleb Plant. We have the Canelo whisperer here, Trill Dollar Bill. What was your reaction to the fight?
Wow. Amazing. We all knew this was going to happen. Shout out to Caleb Plant. He gave a valid effort, but it still wasn't enough for the number one pound for pound star of the sport. Look, I get it, right? We're so dehumanized now, right? As people, right? No, it's for like you can't show love, you know, right? Because if you show love, you know what I'm saying, they gonna say you're D-riding or, you know, or you're a fanboy or something like that. But I don't care. You know why? Because when you see something as special as what's going on right in front of you, you gotta be like, you gotta appreciate it. You gotta appreciate it. In 2010, I believe it was May 1st, Canelo winning against Jose Cotto. And that's when I was really taking a look at this kid. And I said, okay, he got something here. I see something. But when I was like, I'm gonna really rock with this kid, I think it was also in 2010, I believe, September 18th against Carlos Baldomir, when he knocked Carlos Baldomir, who's never been stopped before, knocked him clean out.
Poor Baldomir.
Poor Baldomir. Put him to sleep. When that happened, I jumped up and screamed out loud, and I said, we got something here. And ever since that day, for me, this kid didn't disappoint. He just came out there every day trying to get better and better and better. He even went up against the great Floyd Mayweather, and he got the best lesson that money can buy. And ever since that fight, to me, he's just been getting better and better, and he's improving. There you go.
Got the best lesson that money could give.
Money. I like that, you know? And Canelo is a phenom, and everybody, I know it's so easy to hate, you know. I know it's so easy to hate, but just appreciate it. We're witnessing greatness right in front of us. We're witnessing something special, and he just showed it last night, you know. Undisputed, the first Mexican, undisputed, 168, undisputed. This guy, man, he's amazing. That's all I can say. Shout out to Saul Canelo Alvarez. You deserve all the flowers, all the love. You deserve all of it. No boxing, no life. I can't say no more.
No, that's real. All right, we're turning it over to the man, Chef G, who dubbed Caleb Plant sweet potato salad with some eggplant parmesan. Conspiracy G, what was your reaction to the fight?
Well,
Chef G.
Let me first show some love to Anthony Durrell. That was an impressive knockout.
Oh, yes, sir.
Real quick.
The dog is back.
In regards to Plant's performance, I thought Plant did better than expected. You know, he delayed the inevitable. He got to the 11th, so I was like, kudos, man, to him. You know, he still got, he got beat clearly, right? But I did give him 3 rounds. I gave him the first. I believe it was like the 9th Was that the round? One of the rounds Canelo kind of took off, but in the following round, that's when he started doing damage. So it's like you could kind of see the rounds where, and there was like one round that was like up in the air, but I gave it to Plant anyways because I was like, it doesn't even matter. You know what I'm saying? But so I thought Plant did all right, man, for the skill sets that he came in with and the strategy that he took. I was actually shocked that he did it. You know what I'm saying? Like I thought he was gonna be doing more running like Saunders did, or how Laura did. You know what I mean? But he went more the Daniel Jacobs route. You know what I'm saying? Which was cool because it made the fight more entertaining. He landed more than the other two gentlemen, Smith and Saunders, which I thought that was impressive also. You know, but nonetheless, man, Canelo is just a different beast, man. When he counters, yo, just this dude, every punch, man, he's throwing it with cruel intention. So, and it was funny too, because if you actually notice when Canelo broke Saunders' face, it's because Saunders tried to weave out and Canelo caught him with an uppercut. He caught Plant with the same punch. It was like the second punch in that last combination while he was going down, but it didn't break his face. So I guess Plant's lucky for that. But nonetheless, man, salute to Canelo. Like, this dude definitely is undisputed. And I seen what Pacquiao said about Canelo. Boxing's in good hands. I agree. He makes every fight entertaining. He's very skilled, and he always moves forward. That's what I like about Canelo. It's like when I see a Canelo fight, I know it's not going to be boring. And he demonstrated that last night. But I do want to give a shout out to Plant, man. I feel like calling this dude like, eggplant parm and sweet potato salad, and I don't know. I don't feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Because I felt like he did more than what I was expecting. So I'm gonna take.
You're not allowed to feel as a chef.
Yo, listen.
You're not allowed to feel.
The
That's
meal
like a pimp with a health plan. Come on,
the meal didn't taste right. You feel me? So I gotta take it off the menu. You feel me? So
it's off the menu.
Shout out to you, Plant, man. Plant, keep doing your thing. You'll figure it out in the near future, man. So
I just want to be clear. Sweet potato salad
off the menu.
And eggplant parmesan is off the menu now.
Yeah, man. And remember, I was gonna debut Tennessee baby back ribs, but didn't happen. So, my whole thing is messed up right now, man. So, hey, man, listen, God bless all of y'all. Don't hate the chef. Show love. I promise you there's gonna be something new on the menu real soon. You know what I mean? So just have faith. Blessings.
G's about to be a canceled chef. All right, Ned the TBE.
All right. Last night, that fight, it was we had two. I caught the Darrell and I caught the Canelo. That knockout Darrell did was phenomenal.
After Canelo fight, bro. You was sleeping.
Hey, I wasn't sleeping. I was fighting. There was 3 fights last night. Canelo versus Plant. Darrell versus the homie got his chin busted, and me versus my sleep because I was trying to stay up during that Canelo fight so it was rounds. I'm like, after the 7th, I was rooting for the 7th, and then I was just like, all right, come on, it's coming. I can't miss a knockout. G kept saying, Ned, stay up. I'm like, I am. I'm trying. I'm fighting this.
I think Ned missed the knockout to keep.
I caught it just in time. My eyes was like this, and I look. Canelo hit him he got him, dropped him the first time. He get back up, and Canelo sent him, put him away, and I was just like, that was a phenomenal. That was a phenomenal knockout. Canelo, yo, you're amazing talent, man. I love you. I tell you, you face the boxing all the time. And here at Boxing Bros, some of us respect you. Last night, G's tone was sounding like he really wanted Plant to get the upset. But that, I was like every round, yo. It looked nothing close. There was nothing close. It was like a fish in a shark tank, So So Canelo, keep doing your thing, man. I can't wait for you to see what you do next, man. It was an amazing fight, yo. I love watching you fight because you do what you do. You always come to entertain. Thank you.
Yo, so so for me, the fight played out the way I thought it would. And I think this should be or serve as a message to some of these fighters who are taking the same route as Caleb Plant. I think Caleb Plant did better than a lot of people expected. I think Caleb Plant gave a good account of himself. However, when the moment mattered, when it mattered most, I feel like Plant didn't have enough experience at that level. And I think that's what ended up costing him the fight. Because see, if he would have been in a fight at that level before against a caliber opponent like Canelo that forced him to dig deep, he would have known what the latter rounds feel like. He would have known what it felt like. He would have known what it took. So he went in there. Remember, I said this before. I'm picking Canelo, and I'm fairly confident Canelo would win because Plant is going to have to put on a masterclass and box the fight of his life on the biggest stage of his life against the best opponent he's ever faced. And I felt like that was too much. If he would have been in there against a Danny Jacobs, if he would have been in there against, certain types of fighters, even like a Gabe Rosado, someone who's going to make him have to work, right, to win the fight. Someone who's going to push him, like, okay, you're going to beat him, but he's going to keep coming. Relentless pressure. See, that's what Canelo did to him. Canelo's like, okay, you can dance. You can move around. I'm in front of you this whole time. You slow down just a bit, and that's when I'm going to make you pay. And he needed guys like that. Caleb Truax wasn't preparing him for that. He needed some dogs like that who were like, okay, all your boxing skills, I give you that. Your movement, your speed, I'll give you that. But I'm here in your face all night. And when you start to slow down, I start to pick it up. And let's see what you do then. And if he would have survived against lower tier guys like that, it would have taught him how to pace himself, how to preserve himself, how to do those things so he could have done a better job against Canelo to at least hear the 12th round, to at least see the end of the 12th round. But that's what hurt him. That's what we were talking about. His lack of opposition didn't prepare him for the moment. But you know who was prepared for that? Canelo. Canelo's been being in competitive early rounds against good boxers, and he just knows bang the body, and when they slow down, I'm gonna get him. He knew it the whole time. The whole time you look at Canelo, when he's standing up in the corner and looking at Caleb, he's sending him a message. Like, I know you're getting tired, and I'm not. I don't even need to sit down. And I knew Caleb was dead meat from the moment they said, this is the first round. Canelo threw more punches than Caleb. I said, trouble. Because now he's hunting you. Now he's about to tee off on you. And here's the thing, man. Now, Caleb, he said a lot in the press conferences. He said a lot in the build-up. But this is why I said, will you show you're not intimidated in that ring, right? And Caleb did do some things. But when his boxing skill was showing, when he was making Canelo miss, when he was still fresh, he still had things going in a way in which he was comfortable. But in that 11th round was the first time you really saw Caleb face some adversity. He got up. He got up. He did what he had to do. But I don't necessarily know if I would say he went out like someone who wasn't intimidated. Because he looked like, basically he was resigned to accepting the defeat. And I'm not saying he quit, because he didn't quit. He got up. He took the knockout knowing it was going to come. And you deserve a lot of credit for that, because as we point out, like Ivan Redkach is the poster boy for knowing you're about to get knocked out, but not have the courage to see it through.
Matter of fact, the first fight in the on the card, homeboy just stayed on the floor. Was like, nah, I don't want.
But he didn't quit. He just was just like, he got clipped. He was going to try to beat the count, and I think he just realized, like, yo,
there's nothing.
I don't got it. Like, I don't got it. Nah, so I would say it's different, because he took the punch. He took a vicious punch, and he went down. Redkach faked, like, he got hit with a low blow and whatever. Like, nah, if you really take one, it's a difference. Like, that dude really took one. So I'm not going to say that. But yeah, he he did say, like, he did admit to himself, like, I ain't got it. Like, I'm not going to win. And he stayed down. But Plant got up, and it looked like he was retreating. And he was trying to, and my thing was, if you're not intimidated, like you said, if it's all the things you said, then you go out like Wilder did. You go out trying to win. You go out throwing those punches. You go out trying to land one to turn the tide. And then he just got clipped, like moving back. He wasn't even trying to return fire. And to me, that would have shown that you're not intimidated.
Or how about this? Maybe he knew he didn't have his legs yet. So he was just trying to get some distance just to get his legs back. You know what I mean? Because the way he got up, remember, he ran across the ring like
he was trying to run out the ring. That's what
he said, oh, snap, what's going on with legs? You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking he didn't really have his legs yet. So that's why he was trying to get away from Canelo.
And that could be true, but then you can hold him, yes. or you can let them things go. I just feel like if he didn't have his legs, then why are you trying to move out the way? It's just like, I just feel like that moment was the time for him to show he wasn't intimidated by trying to shoot his shot. I mean, overall, I give Plant credit. He put up a good fight. Mm-hmm. It went the way I thought it would. He got stopped in the later rounds, you know, and that is what it is. But I do think it was his lack of opposition that didn't prepare him for that moment, as opposed to Canelo, who's been in that moment several times, who's been at that level, all those things. And so, like, Plant's thinking, oh, my skills are going to frustrate him. I'm going to do all this. Like, yo, he been in there with Floyd, dog. Yeah. Do you hear yourself? He can't get no more frustrated than he was when he fought Floyd. And Trill pointed it out. Floyd's been his mentor. He said it's an honor to fight Floyd. He took lessons from that Floyd fight that makes it impossible for someone like Caleb Plant to ever outbox him again. That's why Plant and Saunders, y'all ain't Floyd. So y'all thinking, oh yeah, I can box him, I can outbox him. Look, he learned lessons from that Floyd fight that's going to make it difficult for any boxer moving forward to get into the ring with him and accomplish what Floyd accomplished. So you're going to have to do a little more. Plant stood his ground, everything. But let's just talk about Canelo for a second. And I'm going to close with this. Deion Sanders recently gave a speech. And if you don't know who Deion Sanders is, he's the greatest cornerback that ever played in the National Football League. One of the greatest athletes that's ever lived. Deion played baseball and in the NFL. So he played in the major leagues and in the NFL at the same time. Deion was phenomenal athlete. He's now the
recording artist.
You said what? Oh yeah.
Must be the money.
Deion done did it all, man. Deion, is one of the greatest athletes that ever lived, and he gave a speech because he's now the head coach of Jackson State University. He said, because he was frustrated with the kids today. He said, when in my day, we loved practice. We practiced to be great. We practiced to be the best. We practiced so that we were prepared for the moment. He said these days, these kids just practice because they're required to. They just show up because they have to. And they just go through the motions until practice ends. But in my day, we practice to be great. We practice to be the best. We practice to be legendary. Canelo practices to be great. He practices to be the best. He does it to be legendary. He doesn't do it to just be the best boxer of this generation. He practices to be compared to the greatest of all time. He practices to put his name on the all-time list. That's what he does this for. The other guys, they do it because it's a requirement. They do it because, it'll get them some money. They do it for the Instagram followers. They do it for the clout. They're not doing it for the reasons that Canelo's doing it. That's why when it becomes a dogfight, that's why when it comes down to who has the cojones in the 11th round, dudes are getting stopped, and Canelo's willing to keep going. That's why it can be competitive early, but when it comes to them later rounds, Canelo is taking dudes out. That's why Canelo is running through these divisions. That's why he's the first Mexican undisputed champion. That's why he's the first undisputed champion at 168 pounds. And that's why he's the face of boxing. Because like Deion Sanders, the greatest cornerback that ever played the game of American football, he practices to be great, all-time great. Everything he does is for greatness, not for followers, not for likes, not just for the money. Although he gets paid the money, but the money is a consequence of being great. It comes with the territory. That's the thing that all these Floyd wannabes missed about Floyd Mayweather. He trained like he never made a dime. He fooled y'all. He fooled you all. You see the chain shining, you see all that, and you think that's what that means about that man trained like he never won a dime. He trained like he was the brokest fighter in the ring, although he was the highest paid. That's a lesson Canelo learned from Floyd as well. Canelo learned the real lesson why some of you dudes were infatuated and lost in the sauce. That's why Canelo is about to become an all-time great. If not, he's already all-time great. We're going to discuss that in a second. And that's why you guys are chasing him. Salute Canelo Alvarez. You that dude.
Let us know how you feel in the comment section. Please like and subscribe and check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. We are the Boxing Bros. We just getting started. No boxing, no life.
You're welcome.